Hello there. Welcome to Girl Games WoW. My name is Silvana, and you'll notice that this is not WoW. So I said in my last episode with World of Warcraft that I was going to stop playing Worldcraft. I was going to take my subscription out. I wasn't going to delete my characters, and that's exactly what I did. It's currently, and at least for a while to come, in mothballs. So I started playing Minecraft instead. Two biggest reasons why is one of my best friends plays, and so we have a server we share that so we can hang out and play Minecraft together. And the other reason is of a YouTuber named Fun Times with Scar. I love his videos; they're great, and so welcome to my home. So the first thing I want to talk about with our home here is this used to be a village. Well, it was near Spawn. Spawn was over that direction somewhere. Um, I found a village. I jumped in because it was getting close to dark. I didn't know jack about the game, and fun times ensued from there. Eventually, somehow, all the villagers got killed. I did not kill them. My friend didn't kill them, but they're all dead now. So we took all the little huts and we built it together into one big house that's multi stories. And we might take a tour of the house later. You'll notice I'm only level 3 right now. I've obviously done some enchanting and things like that. I also, after playing for about a month or so and building this stuff, like my house, in survival mode, I discovered creative mode and stuff ensued. So the very first thing I built in creative mode was inspired by Good Times with Scar, and that is what this video is for, is a thank you, and I want to show off, mostly to him, what I built. So there it is back there. Now, if you don't know by just looking at it, that is a replica-ish of the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland. Um, he had a walkthrough. I'm going to go into creative mode here so I can fly to give you some better views. Um, where he was just building it and talking about the Haunted Mansion, it wasn't a really this is how you build it. But I watched the videos again and again and again, paused in multiple places so that I could get counts correct, and I built it. Now mine is a little different than his. So one of the first things that's kind of different is I have a cemetery out, and I'm using leaves to make it look a little, like the mounds would look different. And I used signs to create grave markers that say little, supposed to be funny sayings like the actual Haunted Mansion has. Um, my pathway, I haven't finished it yet. And now that it's all complete and it ended up being so big, I kind of feel bad that I built it so close to our actual house, the Swan House. So I did do some things that were different than Scars, and I wanted to talk about them. One of the first things I did that was a little different is above the door for an extra bit of light. On the first floor here, I used jack lanterns, and on the second floor here, I used sea lanterns. I thought they kind of looked like a nice, cool little over the door light, a little different, and especially with the jack lanterns, kind of spooky. Well, as spooky as you can get from Minecraft, really. So one of the other things I did that was slightly different is I made my pergola quite a bit taller, but started with this roof line right here. How he had his roof line and the little decoration in the roof line, I didn't like it. It was not exactly even, and I have a thing for being even. So I changed it up a little bit. I loved his idea for the leaves. It's the wrought iron. I think it looks really, really well. Um, did the same thing with this roof line here. Is I made it a little bigger. It goes over to the side more, but it's even. So my eyes don't catch that unevenness. On the back, I believe his comes out, or it might just be flat. I didn't like the look of it coming out like the other sides do, but I didn't like the look of it being flat. So I made this kind of overhang so it echoes the roof line in the front, but it still has. My idea here was to eventually put wrought iron, kind of like a top, maybe make like widow's. Well, this idea was to be like a widow's walk, since the person in the Haunted Mansion is a ship's captain. Whether you want to go with the story that he's a pirate or that um, he's into boating. So I thought a widow's walk worked really well for that storyline. Either way you go with it. Some other fun I had. I love being able to fall like that. Scar has. What is that? Is that a bunny? Y'all, is this a bunny? Chicken. Whoops. Okay. Is he has this kind of stone instead, and I like the wrought iron. It looks more correct for the time period. So again, just little changes. I love the tall windows. I wish we could have tall doors. That'd be awesome. So I made it quite like a traditional house here, where the stairs are right in the center of the room. I haven't really broken up the room much more than that. I made this cool little chandelier. I think it looks awesome. Then there's cobwebs. So I made the skulls. That's a skeleton, the wither, zombie, creeper, and a person, and then artwork. And you'll notice it's the same artwork. My plan is eventually this will be broken up where you won't see that that it's the same. But right now you do. Lots of cobwebs underneath the stairs. And then on this side, same heads, only in reverse: person, creeper, zombie, wither, skeleton. So that takes you upstairs to the second floor. Again, I haven't done much with breaking up this floor into rooms yet. I made two different stairways, one with cobble fence, one with, I think it's just regular fence. I like the different look, and I think when I get this broken up into rooms, it'll look a lot better. So you can take either stair upstairs to the third floor, where I've done a lot of work starting to break it up, with art. I've broken it up into rooms. I have a window here with the, oh, no, I forgot what this is, with the thing there, so that it looks like a person in the window from outside. Here's some more art. I got quite carried away with the art on this side. Um, and then there's, a room above the blue. Uh, door open. Door open. Thank you. Again, this room, it's just a little room. It's meant to be like a bedroom and stuff. I just haven't decorated it yet. But I thought the best part was here. Here you're coming down the hall. It's just a hall with some art. It's the Donkey Kong and um, Chick with Pig, but it hides, if I can find it, the ladder upstairs. into the pergola. I figured creeper heads, um, and this is the best I could do for like a wrought iron type of door. And now you're up on the widow's walk with the chimneys and everything like that. So this is the very first thing I built in Creative. Once I learned how Creative worked, I had to figure out and watch a lot of videos how to do the art on the wall to hide the stairs. Um, I'm still not the best at navigating. And then I'll show you, I'll go out this door. There's lots of doors, lots of windows. It's very much, whoops, I fell. Correct for what it's supposed to be. And then now you can see how it looks like a person in the window. So this is my haunted mansion. And you can kind of tell who's built what here. Here, this is what I build. This is one of my friends' building. He's made it into like a storeroom, into like a shop. Like, gonna sell here. I'll just go down there and show you what I mean by shop. So he turned it into like, I'm gonna sell you stuff kind of shop with his apartment back there. And then another one of my friends left his horse over here, okay, built this big square monstrosity here. You can tell because it's built of bedrock, and it's a storehouse. It is literally just storage for days. And then here I come now. Some other things that Scar influenced me to build. You see some of it over here, and you'll see some more over here. I'm going to go this way right now because what I want to show you is the difference in building. Because you see my friends, they build, what do they build? This big square monstrosity of a building. It has no design, it has no form, it has function. That's about all it's got. And then you get me. I'll show you the next thing I built in Creative after I built the big old haunted mansion back there. So this little house here I did build. It's just a way station for where we're going right now, which is another thing that Scar influenced me to build. On his, it's called the Scar Transportation System. It's just a nice little transportation system. So here we go. We're going to be on the tram for a while. The tram was built completely in Creative. It was built where you can power an empty cart from one end of the track to the other. It was done that way because when we got to places, and I'll kind of show you what I mean when we get there, that I didn't want to just waste the stuff that was there. I forgot the word I want. So I didn't want to waste the materials, that's the right word, that were there. So I wanted a way that I could keep them and get them back to the house where either I or one of my buddies could take them out, put them in the storeroom, use them, whatever. This is technically my server. I paid for it. It's in my name. I have admin capabilities. So I can put myself in and out of creative mode, which you saw, anytime I want. My friends, if they want to go in creative, they have to wait, send me a Skype, or wait till I'm on and ask, hey, will you put me in creative? Will you take me out of creative? Because we're really good friends with each other and we've known each other a long time, we don't have any fear of leaving like diamonds in a regular box or somebody destroying someone else's stuff or stealing stuff. I mean, this server can hold up to 25 people. 3 people are playing on it. Me and my two friends, who are both male. I have a lot of male friends. I don't know why it's one of those things. So here we have. Oops. Let's get out of the mine part first before we try to do anything. Um, what happened here is we were. Now that should go back to the house. We were exploring, and I built the tram system all the way straight. This little outland wasn't here. And then we had built our thing to the nether. Now, we built that legitimately while we were still in survival mode before I discovered creative mode. But I had seen a bunch of stuff about the end and how to find it. So that's what I did. So this is just, right now, it's just the house, the most basic houses. And I just built this the other day. I built it in a hurry, and so it has no shape because it's the pit stop, and I made the pit stop where the track comes down because the path to the end is marked by these beacons. You gotta wait for chunks to load in. You see the other beacon. Now I'm flying there, but you can get there by ground. And it's marked. There were 100 different paths in. What I did was I went in creative and dug straight up once I found it. Once we had been in the end, I dug straight up. I did it in creative so that there's passages and stuff that have yet to be explored, and I put the ladder up here so that if we want to go back to the end again, we don't have to, because we didn't mark when we found the original passage in to the end like an idiot. We just started hunting because we're impetuous that way. So we hadn't marked what we should have marked. Now I think I've gone the wrong way. Yep. Sometimes I can tell when I've gone the wrong direction, and thankfully that's why there's 2 beacons to help me get back towards where the railroad is. I love when it glitches up. I don't know why I like that stuff so much, but the glitches on Minecraft are the best. Alright, so like I said, when I built the tramway, railway, I'm probably gonna call it a railroad because hey, love that glitch you can see underground. Whoa, we just chunked out, didn't we, y'all? I just wanted to keep going west. If you read a lot of Stephen King, I'm a big Stephen King fan, so an automated train that goes by itself to the west will mean something to you. If you're not a King fan, leave a comment and I'll answer what it's about. So I just kept going west, just like as obviously I didn't go as far west as I possibly could, and it was supposed to be a straight shot. Again, if you know the reference as to why, you'll understand why. And then I had to build that little pit stop because of the end being there. So when we got here into the hills, I knew I was going to have to dig through the hill. So this is why it's powered. So that I came out of creative into survival and I actually dug this out with an enchanted pickaxe and sent it back to the house. I didn't get much more than cobble and iron and some coal, but I wanted to make sure that I had the stuff that I had, what little bit there was. Maybe I'd have found an emerald or some diamonds or who knows, not diamonds that high up, but still, you know. That was my thought there. So the second thing I created is this massive monstrosity over here. Now this huge blue house is a very much enlarged replica of a house I used to live in California. I built this, I thought it was hilarious that I could build it, and I showed it to my family, my mom and stuff, who thought it was great. They were surprised I could remember it in such detail, because we lived here when I was like 10, and I'm like 42 now, but there you go there. It's just how my mind works. So this was the living room. Obviously, this is much larger scale than any house would have been, but the footprint is 100% accurate of how that house really was. It had a bedroom off to the side that had a closet that was built under the stairs to the second floor. So I tried to recreate that. It had a bathroom on the main floor. It was the only bathroom. Here's more Scar influences of the sink and how to make a toilet and a shower. So this is all Scar influence here. I think I need to make like a drain, but other than that, it really did have a window right here in the bathroom. I didn't put that in just for light, although it helps with that. I need to put some light in here, other than those torches on the wall. Maybe I'll put some torches on that wall. I don't have any torches on me. Okay. No, it's under decoration, isn't it? Yeah. So, this is true to life. It really did have a window here. There was a big curtain over it, but it really did have the sink here on this wall. The toilet was there. The tub shower combo was here, and a big old window right there. This hall, it goes on here, and this door actually was here. I left it here. Helps for an escape on this side of the house if you want to go that direction. It had this little one bedroom. Now I haven't done anything with this yet to make it 100% accurate. It had a one bedroom like apartment attached to the house. It had a back door to the back, like it does here. I use this as my back door. It had a kitchen and a bathroom, and then the main living space was where the living room and bedroom was all one room. It had a door here out with a little porch. I left that off. I didn't want it to. I just want it, even though I want the layout to be accurate, and I'll break it up into the rooms in here. I didn't want to break it up like it was quite like there. We'll go upstairs in a minute. Um, this we used as a dining room. It had a fireplace. This is more Scar here. Not the fireplace. Did that myself. I had to figure that out. But the packed ice as mirrors above it was a great thing. Um, Now he was doing something on his channel just the other day for shelves that I liked a lot better than these shelves. So I'm going to see if I can do that. Because I'm very honest. I do things, I think of some things. Oh, yeah, that looks much better. Thank you, Scar. Um, it won't go in the middle there. That's too bad. I was hopeful that I could get it. Whoops, that's gonna catch on fire. To go here like a half slab would, but I wonder if I put a half slab. Whoops, a half slab, and then I put the carpet on top of it. No, okay. That's too bad. Okay, well, the carpet did work for those shelves, so thank you, Scar. That looks a lot better. Um, Through this door was the kitchen. Again, I haven't done anything with actually making it look like a kitchen. I did add extra windows because it is so much bigger than the real house was. It had a window over the sink. The sink was over here on this wall, and I think like one other window. And it had like a partial wall and a breakfast nook with the door out the back. So I kept that accurate as well. I like the doors. Having so many doors in Minecraft in and out of a house is a handy dandy thing, especially if Bob the building inspector is outside. So we went upstairs. Now this is not quite 100% correct. This should be thinner. It should be like 1 square wide instead of 2, but it would be uneven if I did it that way, and I care more about even than accuracy. Also, the stairs should go taller, but it was already so tall I didn't want to make it any higher than it already was. This landing was just like this. It had a door to this side that went into what was my brother's room. So that's why the two beds, one for my older brother and one for my younger brother. I used, and I thought it was a cool idea, just plain white banners to be like a pull open closet because that's what kind of closet was there. Um, Whoops. That was weird. This is where things started getting odd in this house. In here, which I'm going to use for just a room, I don't know what kind of room. The first thing was there was a door right here. It went out to a landing that had stairs down to the ground. I obviously did not replicate that. I always thought that was something weird about the house. It wasn't like the upstairs had been turned into an apartment or anything. There was no kitchen, no bathroom, no nothing up here. Maybe they did it in thoughts because this was all empty and being used. It was actually sloped here for the roof, and I did the roof differently because I wanted it to be a full room. of maybe making it into a kitchen and a bathroom because it was a big long space and you could easily have split it in half and done that and make it into a separate apartment like with that. I really don't know what the thought was there, but it was very strange. So this is me continuously putting um, carpet pieces places that was meant to be the master bedroom. And you can tell that in a couple different ways. The first way you can tell that is it had two closets. Um, it also had this cool, um, come on, little, oh no, okay. I really don't like that. So well, let's see. Um, 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 the hell was that? So it had this cool little thing. It was a dresser built in, so it had two drawers. Then above that, it had this part that folded down into like a desk. And inside there was, all the little cubbies and stuff like you would have in a desk. And then above that, where I put the mirror, behind doors, there were some shelves, like like a bookcase kind of. So I'm thinking here could be some options of what I could do with this. Um, First thing we could do is a treasure chest. Next would be, let's see if I can find it. A bookshelf. Okay, so we could put a treasure chest there, and we cannot put carpet. Oh, we can. The carpet over top of it like a shelf, and we can still get in the chest. Awesome. And then I think what we'll do here is put our bookshelf. That actually looks better. I like that. Alright, so in here, this closet, you walked in and the bar was here. So it was more kind of like a walk-in closet. I always thought that this was meant to be like the wife's closet, and then this was meant to be the husband's closet because it's just a direct closet. Um, now, you'll see, you open it, there's a head there. The reason for that being this house was extremely, extremely haunted. There was all kinds of weird stuff that would go on at night, at the day. So I kind of left it with the head, and then you'd go, and it really went through. There was a closet here. That's what this is mirroring, And then there was a doorway. And in here, now I finished this out, obviously, because it's Minecraft. I'm going to make stuff back here. But in the real world, it was attic space, and there was no actual floor. It was the joists. And then if you looked between the joists, you could see the uh, insulation and the drywall that was the roof of the bedroom downstairs. So we put our head back in our inventory so I could show you that side and then put our head back. Now, we lived there for a long time, and I was a very explorer-oriented person. So I went everywhere in the house it was possible to go, at some places that I don't think it was technically meant to should go. So out front there was a porch. It didn't wrap all the way around, but there was a front porch. It was a little bit bigger than this, but my train kind of precludes that because I don't want to move it. So it sat like this, where the house is lifted up a little bit from the ground, and the steps came down to the ground. And there was this lattice work that covered the stairs, because here where the house is, there was like a fascia type of board that covered it up. But you could move the lattice work and climb under the stairway and be under the house. So we'd been living in this house, I don't know, a year, maybe two. There's a big tree out here. I'm going to plant a tree out here-ish so that it replicates the tree I used to climb. So we'd lived here a year or two. There was all this weird stuff going on in the house, knocking, doors slamming, windows opening, shit coming up missing that nobody knew where it was at, and then it'd be found in really weird places in a day or two, which is why I said it was really haunted. So one day my older brother, some buddies of ours, and me, of course, the only girl in the group, were playing hide and go seek outside. And I'm looking, I was going to hide in the bushes, and I noticed this would move. And I'm like, oh, they will never find me under the damn house. Now, once I got under here, of course, I put the lattice back. I realized they might be able to see me here, and I could go deeper under the house. So the first thing you notice here is when I built my fireplace, I actually built, it thick so that it wouldn't burn through. When I was messing around, climbing around down here, and so I put it here because I'm legitimate, I've really found a skull, a person's skull, under our house. It freaked me the hell out, scared me so bad I couldn't see straight. So I immediately de-hide myself, come outside, ran in the house, and told my mom. Now, I was a little kid, like I said, and, most kids, I don't know if you have kids, you've been a kid, but they're not, they'll tell stories. So my mom didn't necessarily believe me at first. And I kept telling her that I was serious, and I was crying. I was traumatized. I'll tell you what. So eventually, I didn't want to touch it because I was too scared. That I was a little kid, I thought it was going to come alive and talk to me and try and bite me and stuff. I'd seen too many horror movies. Still see too many horror movies, telling the truth. So I convinced her. It took me like a week to convince her to come under the house with me so I could show her the skull. because she just thought, I just saw something, something that looked like a skull, or my brother maybe put a toy under there, like a Halloween mask or something like that. That was a skull to mess with me. Kids are kids. Who you don't really think about it. So after about a week of me consistently pestering her about it, she climbed under the house with me, and I showed her where it was. When she saw that it was actually a skull, it wasn't a toy, it wasn't a prop, it was for real, a real skull of a person. She screamed. I thought she might faint. Now I have to tell you, when you're 10, if it freaks your mom out, you're so gone. It ain't funny. So I was out of there. My mom came up and she called the police and the landlord in that order. The police came out. Now she didn't touch it either, which, I mean, really, who would? The police came out. They checked it out. The hell, ink sac screws, stuff from the underneath. Okay. They found more than just the skull under there. They found more of a body. Um, which I will never forget to this day. I don't think I'll ever forget that. It was just so surreal. It obviously had been passed away for a long time. We never found out who who it was that was under the house. Um, the landlord, of course, um, you know, he took my mom's notice that we would be moving out with no issue. And not long after we moved out, the police actually came, and with the landlord's permission, because he didn't know who it was either, um, they tore the house down. They tore it carefully down, and they dug up the ground that it was on. They wanted to make sure it wasn't like a native burial ground or something of that nature. It wasn't. Um, so I'll tell you, we don't know who it was, but we'll tell you what the police did find. And by that time, we'll be done with the ride. And remember that cart we sent way a long time ago? Here it is. um, so as they went through the house and through the grounds, they did not find any other bodies. They didn't find any indication that it had once been any kind of graveyard or anything like that. Um, the forensics told the landlord. My mom and the landlord were friends with each other, which is how she knows what got told. How the landlord told my mom, and my mom told us later when we got older, because we basically wouldn't leave her alone about it. Whoops, that's bright. Um, the best the forensics could do was say that it was a lady, because they found enough of the hip and spine to determine by the size of the hips that it was a female. Um, late 20s to early 40s, somewhere in there. She had had at least one baby because something happens with your bones in your hip area and stuff when you have a baby. That doesn't happen if you haven't had a baby yet. I don't know enough about the science to be 100%, and I don't want to say it wrong. So if you're interested, I guess you could always Google it. Um, and that's it. That's all they knew. None of the people who had ever lived there had been reported missing. So nobody in the there wasn't any like, especially since it was an adult. You know, it was so hard to figure out who it could have been. We don't know to this day. The lady, they took what remains of hers that they found, and they gave her a burial um, in the cemetery. Jane Doe, whatever the hell number for that year, and that was that. All right, so this has been Sylvana with Girl Games WoW and or Minecraft. Um, I just wanted to do this little walkthrough to show what I'm doing in Minecraft. If it interests you guys and you'd like to see videos of me messing around, getting completely lost and stuff in Minecraft, replace the videos I was doing of World of Warcraft, go ahead, like and comment below. I'm totally into that idea. They wouldn't be able to be daily episodes like I was doing because since then I have found a job, and so I don't. I work when I work 12-hour days, so I don't work 5 days a week. So that's nice. Um, Otherwise, thank you for watching. I love all you guys. You're the best, and I hope that you have a really great day.